Hello. So in today's video, I wanted to do a short enough video on this new addition to my collection. So this here is a World War I British Victory Medal, which was given to every British troop who served overseas during the Great War. And this medal right here it's quite a special piece because this belonged to a man who's actually in an Irish regiment, which is quite rare to find these days because there were a lot less obviously than the British counterparts. So yeah, let's first take a close-up look at this victory medal here. So victory medals in general aren't a very expensive medal, you could say, but it all really depends on the actual soldier who won the medal or is awarded the medal. So if I can get focus there, take a look at the rim. So here on the side, you can see his number, which is 9717. Which was basically his number given to him, so they could keep track of each and every soldier. It's not going to focus, but I'll just basically tell you what's on the side. So it then goes on to say private, or PTE, which is the acronym for private. Then TP Holmes, which is his name. And on the very end, I'll try and show you this one. You can see FUS, which is Royal Irish Fusiliers, which was, as I said, the Irish regiment he was in. And basically, he volunteered for service on the 8th of 1914, so the very beginning of the war. And he would have been an Irish resident and volunteered at the very start of the war for various reasons. Because basically, the Irish people were at the time protesting a lot for independence from Britain. And a lot of them thought that by going to fight for Britain, it would help their cause and, you know, kind of persuade Britain to give them their independence. But as we know, that didn't happen exactly to plan. But other reasons that Irish would have went over is basically for the adventure, the pure adventure of the war. You know, young guys who had regular jobs, they wanted to experience something very different from their average life. And also, people weren't really very wealthy. The majority of people were actually quite poor back in that time. So, you know, it's decently paid. So they, you know, could have been their only way of making a bit of money. So, yeah, let's basically take a look into what this guy did. What this guy did is he was a private, which means he was other ranks. He was in the ranks. And he, as I said, volunteered on the 8th of 1914 and went overseas very early in the war, August 1914, and fought at the Battle of Mons and eventually the retreat of Mons with the 1st Battalion, Royal Irish Fusiliers. So he was, you know, right in there from the beginning, and he fought all the way throughout the war. But during the war, very interestingly, he was actually captured POW by the Germans, and I'm not too sure exactly when, because the documents, his service papers were burned during the Blitz, which 75% of them were. So it's not possible to see when he was actually captured POW, but it is listed that he was a POW. And yeah, so basically he was a POW, which meant he would have been captured and then kept for the remainder of the war. So I'm not sure if he was captured very early on, which would have meant he would have spent the rest of his time in a POW camp, or he could have been captured quite late on in the war, which is the more likely option. And yeah, basically the 1st Battalion Royal Irish Fusiliers, which is the battalion he was put into, were really involved throughout the war. The Battle of Somme, then down in Flanders, Ypres, all those, you know, iconic locations of the Great War. So yeah, a truly iconic medal, the First World War Victory Medal, to a nice Irish regiment and Irish recipient. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about this man's story. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay tuned for the next one. Thank you guys for watching.